Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me back to South Texas roots.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode. I just got done making breakfast for mom and dad. I just dropped it off at their place, came back, ran into town, got some building supplies. I got a project that I'm gonna be working on in this video. Put my eggs up real quick. Sucks having to buy store-bought eggs when I have chickens because I don't want to lay right now, but whatever. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? So anyways, since the last video, I came back in and textured the north wall, got that all painted in. I ran out of paint, so it was part of it's got a really light coat, so I need to go and buy another gallon, which I should have did when I was in town. Completely forgot, but whatever. It looks pretty much finished for now. I just need to hit it again with another coat. And then I think I'm gonna texture the ceiling in here, the vaulted ceiling, with the little, not a roller brush, just one of those other kind of brushes that you kind of just damp it with. Maybe that'll help give it just a different texture on there and make it look really nice. But overall, I really like the way that the board and batten looks, even though it's a sheetrock with the battens on it. But yeah, really liking the way everything's coming out. I've neglected the outside of the property for a little bit now, so I'll be working on the outside of the house today. A while back you saw that I planted in these, we call them firecracker plants. I don't know the technical name for them, but some of them are doing really well, like this one. And then you have some over here that are not doing so good. They have little bits of green on them, so they're still alive. All these are still alive. It's just, these aren't doing the best over here. So I planted them in basically every foot or so on 3 sides of the house. The back side of the house is not gonna have them because I'm gonna build an extension onto my back porch for the hot tub and barbecue pit and all that good stuff. But the reason it's growing better up here in the front, I'll show you the other side too, than it is on the sides. Let me see, this side, not as good as the front on the other side, but they definitely have a bunch of leaves and stuff on them. And then same thing over here. The front side looks all right. The lilies look all right. The banana tree is kind of struggling. And then back here, these barely have any leaves on them, but they're still alive. What I'm thinking is it was due to the ground. If you're new to the channel, I had a shed to house out here a while back. It was a 16 by 40 shed. I didn't have a foundation for it, so I had to get a couple of 18-wheelers to haul in caliche rock to dump it down for the foundation. And it was 16 foot wide by 40 feet long. This house is only 30 feet long, so it extended out basically almost to where this little faucet is. It was almost snug up against the tree over here, so there's a bunch of caliche down there. I would say probably, I don't know, several inches of it down, and those plants are struggling to grow in that, but they are growing. Typically they grow a lot faster. Let me come out to the front of the yard real quick. I promise I'll do some work here in a minute. But what I did is basically I started with one little bush at mom and dad's, chopped it up into a bunch of little ones, planted them in, and they just keep growing. So I did that up here on the outside of my fence, which it looks like I need to water them, but you can see how big they get. They could probably grow another foot or two tall and another foot wide. So same thing on that side over there. So they're pretty good at growing down here, heat resistant. They're pretty good with the cold. We don't get the coldest weather down here, so I think it's been, I don't even know how long ago that I planted those in, but it's gonna give it a minute for it to start growing in. But went to Lowe's, $75. Got some landscape timbers. I got 11 of them. And then I got some, where are they at? Some nails down in there, which you probably can't see because all the wood and stuff, but I'm gonna just make a flower bed around the house, basically. I think I'm gonna extend it out at least 2 foot from the back corner out, come this way, and then all the way up to the front porch. It should stick out. I gave myself plenty of room over here. I'll probably have it stick out about here, so maybe 2, maybe 3 foot wide, something like that. And it'll just extend out here and then cut back that way. I'm not gonna add any mulch in there. Chickens are free ranging and I got dogs. It's still hot down here in South Texas and I don't want them going in there and digging it all up. I know they make the glue that you could spray on your mulch and stuff, and it'd be harder for them to do, but realistically, if we get any kind of rain here soon and the cooler temperatures, these things are going to explode and grow up really, really fast. So you probably wouldn't even be able to see any of the mulch, or when I'm done, you might barely be able to see these landscape timbers as they're edging on it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put these down, get them all cut. Like I said, I bought, I think 8-inch stakes that I'm going to stick down to hold them in place. And then once I get them all in place, there's a little pile of dirt that's on the outside of the property. I'll go to Dad's shop, grab his tractor, bring it out, get a couple loads, and then I'll just shovel it in there and kind of fill in all the low spots and just leave it at that. Hopefully the extra dirt on there will help the firecracker plants here on the east side of my property grow a little bit better and help fill in the house here. It's going to look really nice when all this stuff gets real big. The banana tree will grow up probably, I don't know, 10, 12 foot tall, so it'll be almost to the peak. If it gets too big, I'll just cut it down. And then the canna lilies will look really nice. They'll have the red and yellow flowers. And then these bushes will grow up basically to the bottom of the windows there. So when I first started building this house, I said that when it's all said and done, I'll have shrubs and everything, and you'll barely be able to see the house when it's all said and done. So anyways, that's what I got going on. I'm gonna go ahead and change into some shorts. I'm wearing my jeans because I was in town, and it's a little hot today. I think it's supposed to be about 93. So I don't know if I have any of my jean shorts or if I have some actual real shorts. So I'll go ahead and get those on. We'll go outside, start working. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get to work. Well, this sucks. I just got started on this project and I found something I did not want to see over here by the house. Oh man, my oldest hen. The hen is down and they're dead. I don't know what happened. Down inside my water meter of all things. That sucks. Oh, poor little thing. I am going to dump her on the side of the fence real quick, and then I'm going to go put her out in the tall grass here in a minute. Sorry, Goldie. It's part of life when you have animals. They come and go. But yeah, anyways. Dang, that sucks. Now I'm down to Big Red, my rooster, and 3 of my hens, so whatever. It is what it is. I'm upset, but I'm not gonna fret over it. But anyways, that's pretty much how far out I think I'm gonna go on this. I'll make the cut here, cut that end off, and like I said, I'll just continue it out that way, come back in and just fill all this in with dirt. There is grass and stuff all in here. I'm not gonna go in and cut that stuff out because these bushes will take over. Promise, I promise they'll take over. So you won't even be able to see none of this stuff when they're full grown. All right, so I am rough fitting everything once again. You can see it kind of matches up over there with the other side. Comes through here. Should get everything plenty of room to grow. And then I'm debating if I want to go ahead and extend it out to this side or just stop at the edge of the house and go out. I'm thinking about just stopping it there so this has room for something else so you can just come out with the flow and not have to worry about running into any bushes. The only downside to having all these bushes next to my house, it will attract like snakes and other stuff around here, but with the dogs and chickens and everything in the yard, I think I've only seen maybe 2 snakes on this property since I moved out here. I did a video a while back. It was probably a 6-foot blue indigo. There's a heavy brush across the street, heavy brush over on the west side outside of my property, and then we have almost an acre pond in the back, so definitely a lot of wildlife around here. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these to length now. I'll show you the little nails that I got for it. I believe I got 8-inch ones. I was gonna go with 10-inch, but I felt like it'd stick down a little too far. But these were 78 cents a piece, so basically I'm just gonna put one on each side of each of these landscape timbers to hold them in place. And then any of the cutoffs that I have, like that little piece over there, I'll try to use it over on the end to cut back towards the house. So I may go in and stain the wood too. Probably not on this video, but I think this looks like it's untreated. I have to look at the tag. Let's see. Above ground use only. So yeah, I'll need to go in and stain them or paint them. I'll probably end up just staining them. That way they kind of match with the shutters and the cedar shakes and stuff on the side. Just a little bit more wood on the outside. And then once again, at some point, I'm gonna come in and wrap these poles right here. Probably about, I don't know, 3 foot up or so, wrap it in cedar, and then finish up everything else in the house. It's just a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with 3 foot out, give it plenty of room on both sides of the bushes. So if I come in just a hair, it'd be 3 foot to the outside of the landscape timbers. Like I said, should give it plenty of room. They'll probably end up growing outside of it a little bit, but once again, they'll grow up to about this tall right here and cover all of the black on the wall. That's why I wasn't afraid to paint my house black, because of all the wood accents and all the shrubs and stuff around there. But first things first, it's already 93 degrees. When you're wearing a prosthetic leg with a leather corset and a black silicone sleeve, it gets very, very sweaty very fast. So like I said, I don't show this a lot on my channel. I've done it a few times, but not a lot. But when I'm working outside in the heat, this is something I gotta do very often. I gotta dry my liner out, dry my stump off. And yes, I'm using my shirt to do it. Whoop-de-doo. Ugh. If I don't do this, it's gonna rub blisters on my leg and I won't be able to do much of anything, and not being able to move around is not an option for me. It's never been an option for me. I've always been on the move, and I hope to continue to always be on the move. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and measure everything out, make the cuts, and we'll start hammering in these little 8-inch nails just to keep them in place. Then I'll go get the tractor. I'll be cutting 33.5 inches off this board right here. Or maybe I need to cheat it a little because I don't have enough wood, so. I'm gonna cheat it just a little bit, 34 inches. All right, I got that cut to length. I'll move these in just a hair. You're looking at, it's about 34 inches on this side, not too much of an issue. Oh, all right. Once again, it's a little bit shorter on the west side of the house. Out here, it's 36 inches. Hopefully I can get these little nails in pretty easy, these stakes. Going in. very glad I went with the 8-inch instead of the 10-inch or 12. That was in there plenty enough to hold it in place. Like I said, I'm just gonna put one on each end so they don't move around. Oh my gosh, that's way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, the ground looks softer over here, but it's not. Whew. I am out of shape, my goodness. This is 40. Oh. Anyways, I got about 12 foot done. Got another 23, 24 feet left to do this side. And I gotta do the other side, so. Anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and wrap up this side real quick, get them in, take a quick water break real quick. We'll check back in once I'm done with this side as far as all of them going in, see what it looks like. Then we're gonna jump over to the other side. Oh. All right, so I got this side done for now. I went ahead and got my drill and went ahead and drilled down through the board. Made it a little bit easier hitting it in, but it was still pretty hard. The only spot I could not get in was right here in the middle, right in front of my water meter. There is a dip there. There's a water line right there, and then also there's a dip because the electric runs through here and goes straight out to the electric pole. So there's a little bit of a divot there. When I get the dirt in, I'll fill that in, fill in all the rest of it, and you won't even be able to tell, but got it all here on this side. Ooh wee. Talk about a workout, my goodness. I did not think it was gonna be that hard to hammer those things in. Initially I was gonna get some rebar to do it with, but they wanted I think for a foot long thing of rebar, they wanted oh, how much do they want? I think it was like almost $3 for a little thing of rebar. I could have bought a big one and cut it up, but I decided to go and get these little nails. Figured they would do just as good. And they were 78 cents a piece, so drop these nails, trying to see how many I need. There, 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 and there. That wore me out. Oh. Got my hands all shaky. It was still hard hammering those things in, even with it being drilled out. The bit I had was just a hair too small, but it helped not crack the board. So, oh, it feels every bit of 92 or so today, and not a lot of wind either. Oh, still sucks about my hen. Goldie was one of my favorites. Now I just have 2 black ones and a gray one, and then Big Red. But like I said earlier, it's part of the process when you get animals to raise and stuff. Everybody's got their expiration date. She was one of the old ones. I want to say when we started having chickens in Terrell up there in the Dallas area, in about 2018, 2019, something like that. I came down to visit one time and I brought 3 or 4 of the hens down, and I think she was one of them. So she was pretty old for a chicken and lived out her life pretty good. I don't know what happened to her. It didn't look like the dogs got to her or anything. She was just down inside that water meter. I thought she was just sitting in there at first, but no. My dogs don't really do nothing with them. Every once in a while, like if I have their dog food out, like the feeder out in the yard, and the chickens go up and try to eat out of it, the dogs will kind of scare them off. But for the most part, they've grown up with chickens and goats, and they can really care less about them. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside real quick, upload this footage, try to edit it, just cool down for a little bit, dry my liner out once again. And then, like I said, I'll head over to Dad's, grab the tractor. We're gonna do a little bit of dirt work up here. I swear if there was not bad luck, I would not have any luck at all. Got 2 loads of dirt in, which I'm just glad I was able to get at least that in. The front was the worst part, the lowest spots. They got washed out where the dogs were digging and all that good stuff, but the tire messed up on the tractor. I was coming in through the gate and then I started hearing kss, look down at the tire and it was already starting to come off the rim. So just not meant to be today. I was trying to double think about it, and I might actually go ahead and just do just get some mulch anyways. Not today, so unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to finish for this video, but at least I was able to come in and put dirt on both the front sides to fill it in, make it semi-even. And then like I said, another day I'll go to town and get some mulch and then go in and mulch all this stuff. It just is what it is. I need to do the old hairspray and a cigarette lighter trick to get the tire to jump back onto the rim. Haven't done that thing in a long time, so we'll see if that'll work later on. So anyways, that's all I got. I need to go inside and rest. It's just one of those days. At least I got something done outside. I haven't worked outside a lot here recently just because it's been so freaking hot down here in South Texas, but at least it's starting to cool down a little bit. 92 today. Next week it's supposed to be in the 80s, so maybe next week I can come in and fill all this stuff in with mulch. I'll try to go with the cedar mulch. That way it'll match the rest of the theme of the house. And then once again, here in a few months, when every one of these catch root, it's going to grow so big you probably barely even see mulch up there. Fun fact, I mulched the ones up there in the front along the fence line, and as you can see now, you can't even see the mulch up there. So anyways, that's all I got for today. A little bit of work, trip to town, cooked some breakfast for Mom and Dad on my side channel, went and visited with them. Got to edit this video, upload it, and then I'm going to call it a day. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. Just another dollar and another day. So appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye, guys.
Take me back to South Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me